Okay, so in the previous slide, in slide number 2, we have a link here for the motor information. So go ahead and then click on this URL link. You will get this one, Arduino Motor Shield. This is the one that thing on the board, on the top of your Arduino board. We buy this one because we want to drive the motor. As you know, the motor, our motor DC motor, two motors drawn a lot of high current. So we need the shield, we need a motor driver in order to drive the motor. So this shield is actually a motor driver who capable to drive the motor current up to 2 ampere, which is very high. So and 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 also that's why if you want to independently run your robot using battery, I recommend you to purchase 300 mAh, milliampere hours, which is above 300 mAh in order to drive your robot. So you can purchase this about 30 ringgit, including the charger at Pasar Road. If you use for AAA battery, it only can last for only 1 day. Okay, let's look at the Motoshi board. So in this side, you can see this is the label for PLL. If you look at this, one is PLL and one is PWM. We use PWM stand for pulse width modulation. PLL is phase lock loop. So we use PWM. It actually is a square waveform with a variable size of width. So you can control the width to control the speed for your motor. So we use this for control the motor speed. High value on this one, we make the motor goes faster. Lower number, make it slower. Okay. Next is you have a screw pin out here. So you attach your wiring or motor to this. Remember, we have a left motor and right motor. So those two wires from the motor goes into here. So this is the one that we control the voltage and the pulse throughout this pin. And we have another one, and this is for power. How power for the motor shield. They use 4.8 to 35 volt. We use 5 volt, and we use internal voltage, which means we use a jumper here on the right side because we select it to become to take the power from the Arduino board. So make sure the jumper is on the right side, as well as the jumper for jumper here on the right side. So this is how you connect it, right? So this actually, when we set it up like right now, we are actually getting the power from Arduino power supply. Go ahead and check it out on your robot side. Okay, next one is a table. This is the most important part. Okay, this is truth table, how to control the motor. So we have EL, M1, E2, M2. Low on this one, we make the motor disable, no matter motor 1 or motor 2, left motor or right motor for our robot. So if high here, when you set high M1 or high on M2, the motor goes backward. That means it goes backward. How to make it motor to go forward? Of course, if you can guess it, you have to set M1 low. If you put low, then the motor goes forward. If you put high, you make it the motor goes backward. And then we have PWM. So PWM is a speed control. High value is high speed, low value is low speed. Okay, so when you connect or you attach your motor shield onto your Arduino board, you use pin 4, pin 5, pin 6, pin 7. So this is reserved on your Arduino board. You cannot use pin 4, 5 and 7 because it's been used for motor shield. So if you want to use pin out for the sensor or for other things, please do not use 4, 5 and 7. It's going to conflict. Okay? This is reserved. So again, for pin 4 and pin 7 is a direction. So again, this one, I mean this direction, right? So if you put pin 4 high, that means motor 2 goes backward, or pin 7 high, motor 1 goes backward. So now we want to go forward, so we make sure that pin 4 and pin 7 goes low. Next is pin 5 and pin 6. Pin 5 is a PWM control speed. So you pin 5 for the motor 2, pin 6 is for motor 1. So if you give a value, high value on pin out 6, that means it go very high speed. Low on the pin 5, that means it goes lower speed. So let's look at the sample code. Maybe we can understand further. So let's say we have pin 4 and pin 7. This is motor direction, right? So we assign pin 4 and pin 7 is M1 and M2 for direction. M1 and M2 is motor 1, motor 2 direction. And what is then PWM is for the motor speed. So we assign 5 and 6 to E1 and E2. So next in the setup mode, you pin mode M1 as output, M2 is output. In this loop program, you initial integer value. For the value from 0 to 255 in the loop, you loop it every time you increment 5. You increase 5 every time you go through the loop. So the first loop, let's say digital right M1 high, digital right M2 high. So you put high, you give high to M1, M2, which is you put high on pin 4 and pin 7. That means the motor is in backward mode. Next, analog right E1, analog right E2 with value. So first value is 0. Next value come in is 5, 10, 15, 25 and so on until it reach 25. So it increased from 0 to 25. Of course, if you run this program in your robot, you will see the motor will increase slowly to faster. Right? Try it out, this program, and see what happens.